What's up, y'all? Welcome in. If this message found you, trust that the quantum brought us together because I'm a sacred mirror of you, you're a sacred mirror of me. My name is Jody Teresa. If you're new, hi. If you're returning, welcome back. So how my messages work, I am guided to share my human journey, and then Mary Magdalene and the Ascended Masters channel through for a message. And what I have heard from them is that whatever I'm going through and how I'm moving through it is helpful to share as a message for this collective. And so what is up for me today, and probably you if you're here, is this, it's fall right now, and it's this awareness of old energies dying off, things that no longer serve me anymore, and like laying them to rest and really witnessing those parts of myself and surrendering to the process of grieving those parts of myself. Like there's so much sadness and heaviness in my heart and my being, and that's okay. It's just, I used to just like not sit with those emotions at all and want to like fly past them and not be aware of it. And what I was hearing is, there's actually so much information in those emotions. And what I was getting for me is like really this grieving of the woman, the girl I used to be for like my whole life, who didn't acknowledge or validate myself, my experience. I constantly gaslit myself. I didn't trust myself. I outsourced my intuition. I was a shell of myself. And it's only been the past 10 years for me, and I'm about to be 39. So 10 years of like really getting to know who I am as me, authentically me, Jody. So yeah, the sadness of like, I never felt safe to fully be me, and how heartbreaking that is. And so if this message is resonating for you, it's just to acknowledge that that part of yourself is dying and going away. And now it's this whole new book, this whole new reality of honoring, witnessing the self in every now moment, being with the authentic version of you that arises in every now moment, and sitting with the wisdom that comes with that, right? Like if there is fear that comes up, sit with that fear and look at it. Is it rooted in truth? A lot of times fear is rooted in ego and trying to keep us safe. So I saw 333 on the timer, and that's a lot of times the Ascended Masters or other spirit beings being with us, guiding and supporting us. I think something that's really helped me on my path is our spirit team is there and they want to help us, and we just have to ask. And when we ask, they deliver. God, source, spirit, whatever you want to call it, whoever you work with, they need our permission. They need us to ask. So do it. Because I trust and know that whatever I ask and pray for, it comes true. Period. So I'm going to call in Mary Magdalene, make it my share. It's just a little quick one today. I guess something else I'm hearing to share is just the constant reprogramming for me of actually witnessing how valuable I am in every now moment. When, the past versions come up to try and tell me that I'm not valuable or worthy. And it's a constant becoming, it's a constant process. And the more we pour into the love into ourselves, the more we see the effects of that in our quantum reality. I remember my best friend said this, like last summer I gained like 20 pounds out of nowhere, and it was really irritating because I didn't change anything. I was still exercising. I had my same diet. And she was like, you can't hate your way through to change. And I was like, God damn it, you're right. So it was this weird period of loving myself through that transformation, even though I didn't love what I saw, because gaining 20 pounds is uncomfortable. It was really uncomfortable for me. So yeah, this is a little bit more of like a melancholy message, but you know, being a human is not all joy. It's all the things, all the emotions, the full range. And we can't know the true joy without the darkness. So it's sitting with both, being with both, holding space for both. Okay. Removing any and all distorted light frequencies from the quantum field on all levels, all timelines, all spaces in this now moment. Thank you. All right. I fully step aside and allow Mary Magdalene and the Ascended Masters to channel through me fully and completely. Thank you. I fully step aside. Hello. Yes, it is a message of honoring and witnessing and seeing the parts of yourself that are coming up, that want to be seen and heard and validated. And they want to keep you safe, and they want to keep you stuck in this old version of self. And so this message is to bring to your awareness, though, that you are the observer of these old patterns, these parts of yourself that you were very valuable on your journey. They were created to keep you safe. So we do not bring awareness to these to bring hatred to the self. It's to bring awareness, compassion, love, and kindness to the self in all parts. And to see how strong you are, and to acknowledge that you are now in the driver's seat fully and completely. And these old versions of self, they're not in control anymore. You are, as the embodiment of your highest divine self in this now moment, in equal balance with your divine feminine and masculine energies and your inner child. It is this sacred trinity within. So we want to encourage you to have love and compassion for yourself, and to be aware of the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions that are arising, and to avoid any spiraling into these old energies. We wanted Jody to share, she just forgot, but we're going to acknowledge it now. Tonight, she had some of her closest friends from 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago, 10 to 15 years ago. They are in town visiting, and she's going to go see them. And she's part of this grief and sadness that's arising is these friends, she's lost touch with a lot of them, and that's okay. She's excited to see them, they're excited to see her, but she was not herself, her true authentic self. She was a shell of who she is today. And so she's feeling a lot of emotions around that and wondering how it's going to go meeting them. She had a falling out with one of them because Jody was not in her authentic self and living a life that was not reflective of the true self. It was reflective of the distortions. And so there's that heavy layer coming up, and then this is the quantum reflecting that. And Jody meeting with them is also the quantum reflecting the potential for change, for Jody to show up and show who she is now. Because these friends could see the authentic Jody, but they could also see that she was living in heavy distortion. And so what is arising for you in this now moment, as we use Jody as the sacred mirror? What is arising for you in this now moment where you are grieving an old part of yourself that you are ready to release and lay to rest and integrate that energy back into self, and just acknowledge that protection mechanism, defensive part of self is not needed any longer. And to really bring that awareness so that you can alchemize into a more authentic version of self in this now moment. Alchemy is shining a light on whatever is arising so that you can witness and see it, understand it, and transform that energy by taking the knowing, the teaching, the learning, and move forward with it transformed. For Jody, with all these emotions that have been coming up, the grief, the sadness, when she sat with it, she saw that the grief and the sadness, in the past, she would have said, these people abandoned me, these people were abusive to me, these people were manipulative. That would have been her story. But in this now moment, Jody, when she looks at this past, it's, I abandoned myself so deeply that the life that reflected that part of self was so sad and abandoned me as well. So grieving that part of self that never was there for herself. And in the past, the distortion was blaming others, coming from that victim mindset. And now it's coming from an empowered mindset of, I never was there for myself. And that is the true distortion. And the reflection in the quantum field proved that to me. So we want you to see where these past distortions of self, how you abandoned self, and forgive yourself. Forgive the others that were players in your story, in your reality. All of the relationships, all of the people were soul contracts, are soul contracts. They signed up to have this lifetime with you, and they played their role. You wanted to go through these energies. As painful as that may sound for some of you that have horrific storylines, experiences, it is true that you signed up for these experiences. Your soul wanted to experience this growth, and in this now moment, this empowerment into your authentic self. And you're doing so amazing. We are so proud of you. We feel a rush of emotions coming up through the vessel of Jody, which is reflective of this beautiful collective. Allow those emotions to release. Allow them to leave your body. That is part of the alchemy. Just sitting with the emotions and allowing them to express through you and out of you is the alchemy. You don't have to know what is happening. Sometimes just being with it is enough. Sometimes you will have divine insight. The process is going to be unique in every now moment. You can't control it, but that is part of the feminine nature within you, to allow it to express, allow it to be wild, allow it to be free. We are going to leave you here. We are so proud of you. We love you, we love you, we love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Until next time. Hi, y'all. All right. That was kind of a shorter one. If you guys feel called to join the group quantum energy session, it is going to be this Sunday the 26th at 12 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. And they've been really powerful. It's energy healing in the quantum field for the entire group. Removing distortions on the ancestral line. What I'm finding is we're all in the same oversoul group. So when I work with clients, there's always witch wounds. There's similar woundings on the ancestral line, and then in ourselves, cellular memories. So I was hearing to do group sessions, and this is going to be the 4th one that I've done, and the feedback that I get from clients that have joined is fantastic, and it's really powerful. And it's another way of surrendering to the feminine that I've done, to just say yes and see how amazing it's working. And I'm grateful and excited. And so yeah, if you feel called, the link is in the bio. It's $33. If you cannot be there live, the replay is available, the link. When you purchase, I'll send it out later that day. And it's the quantum field, so all time is happening now. So it doesn't matter when you watch it. You receive that healing in the now moment of when you watch it. And then what else was I going to say? This program that I'm creating for November, I'm excited. It's going to have meditations, quantum energy healing sessions, and then weekly question and answer where we just get together and talk. Yeah, I'm excited. And daily meditation has been so powerful for me, and like really reprogramming my vibration daily. So that's going to be part of the program, is like how are we programming our energy into what we want, pouring the love into ourselves. I found it to be life-changing when I really said yes to that and devoted to myself in that way. So I'm really excited to be offering that, and that's going to be channeled through Mary Magdalene and the Ascended Masters. So yay. Okay, you guys, love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.